You walk in the door, hear your kids call, and before you put your keys down, you look down at a new notification from work. This is the paradox facing high-performing men. We spend all day building a living and providing financially, but we mistakenly assume that walking back into the house means we have actually arrived for our families. We tell ourselves we can handle both at once. We believe the myth of multitasking, the idea that we can seamlessly blend the heavy demands of our career with meaningful time at home. So you try to fire off a quick email while pushing a swing or answering a question about homework. But that split focus builds an invisible, heavy barrier between you and the people standing right in front of you. Physical proximity does not equal presence. When you rely on multitasking, your physical presence becomes useless. You end up emotionally absent from the very people you are working so hard to provide for. This is the two tabs problem. The top half is the chaos of work tasks. The bottom half is the steady focus for your family. Biologically, the human brain cannot multitask complex cognitive loads. It only rapidly switches between them. This creates attention residue. Attention residue is the cognitive lag and mental friction left over when you force your brain to jump from a high-stakes work problem straight into a conversation with your kids. When you maintain a constant connection to work communications, your nervous system never gets permission to power down into a rested, present state. That constant rapid switching drains your cognitive energy fast. By the time you actually try to engage with your children, your mind is completely exhausted. At home, that mental drain looks like short tempers. It shows up as irritability over small things and a total lack of patience when your family needs you most. Because your brain cannot successfully run both tabs at once, your family never gets your true presence. They only get your exhausted, emotional leftovers. Most fathers recognize this is happening, so they try to fix it using raw willpower or by blocking out calendar invites for family time. But relying on a calendar block inevitably collapses the second a real-world client demand or a stressful professional deadline hits your desk. Your career measures your worth in financial output and completed tasks, but your children do not measure your love in hours worked or dollars earned. They measure it strictly through your emotional regulation and your felt presence. Failing to be present is not a moral failing. It is not a lack of love. It is a failure of your daily operating system. Trying harder is a guaranteed losing strategy. To defeat the myth of multitasking, you have to engineer a hard, uncompromising boundary between work and home. The solution to the two tabs problem requires building an intentional transition system before you ever step foot inside your house. This flowchart illustrates the 7-minute shutdown. It is a systematic ritual designed to clear your brain's attention residue, starting with step 1, closing open loops. You deliberately capture and write down all of your unfinished work tasks. This tells your brain's background processing that the ideas are safe, so it can finally stop tracking them. The second step is defining the exact first action you need to take the following morning. Knowing where you will start prevents your mind from rehearsing tomorrow's anxieties tonight. Finally, the third step. You take a physical breath and make a deliberate internal identity shift. You turn off the provider role, and you step fully back into the role of dad. Executing this 7-minute boundary forcefully closes the work tab. It gives you a reliable mechanism to walk through your front door as a calm, fully regulated human being. Instead of walking in and reacting to the chaos of family life while distracted, you can now lead your home with calm, intentional presence. This daily, systemic presence is how you build your father mark. Your father mark is the lasting emotional legacy and the standard of leadership you leave behind for your children. Stop letting your work bleed into your life. To build your own family operating system, download the free Father Figure Formula Guide today.